Behind, halfway. 3. 54. Check tight, check tight, check tight.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And incomplete to open things up.
But when you're going up against a talented... receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Block again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Let's get it. Set 50, plant. 54, right? 54. You ain't going nowhere.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos. Back deep for the Raiders, Dwayne Harris. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Harris to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, Raider 2.
Shotgun now for Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. First and 10 at the 18. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Locke. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this, though.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
At the 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3.
QB's trash. Let's go.
And some room to maneuver. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 40 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now a carry for Jacobs. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Oakland. The homestanding Raiders with the football here as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Watch the safety creep.
On second down now. It's Jacobs, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up a third down. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw it is Locke. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards on the play. First down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. It's a gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Locke looks to throw it again. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the lead. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive... I mean, remember we talked with the offensive line, and one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go. Come on.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. '93. Hey, check right 34. Right 34. Hey.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now.
Hey, let's go. Raider 1. Let's go, D. Mike 51.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller, picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
That's returnable for Craycraft. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing on first down is Locke. Escaping the pressure right. Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Hey, box drop.
Looking to throw again on second down. Locke flushed out right. Into the hands of Patrick left side. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Ready.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check 99. Check 99.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They run it with Jacobs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
They're able to locate Wilson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 9-yard touchdown run. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 10 Lobo. 54. Watch the screen.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Throwing now is Locke. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Locke now on 1st down. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Ready. 10 Tucson.
On 1st down, Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Maurice Hurst forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and a mile. On third and long, it's Locke. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. A fourth and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Kill. Raider 1. Switch. Recon, 152 fighter.
Throwing now is Carr. Wilson snags it left side. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time for the Raiders. 48 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Jacobs now. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
5. 47's the mark, boy, 47. Check, 47. You run.
On second and 9, Carr eluding the pressure right. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it second and goal now as they look for that final dagger.
Check three. You're mine. Double up. He's coming, double up. Tighten up. What do? You're mine.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Yeah, the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now.
93.
Back to throw. Carr. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Important extra point up and through, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. 30 base.
Here we go, deep. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Now.
Back to throw. Lock. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
On first down, Jacobs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, you think he loved the protection he had there all kinds of time.
And you're so right. How could you not love that? Great protection. The big guys up front really locked in on it. No one gets near the quarterback. He's got all the time in the world to survey the field and deliver for a first down.
And the big boys up front, a big reason why they're also winning, too. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. To throw is Carr. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
Check, check. 3 down, 3 down. 29.
Carr to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Carlson on for the PAT. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Got it? 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Target, 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 target.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to be the final play of this football game. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly